Let me ask you something real. Have you ever told someone your big plan and suddenly lost the fire to do it? You said you were going to wake up at 5 a.m. You posted about starting the gym. You told friends about your business idea. And for a moment it felt good. But days later, nothing changed. Because talking gave you the reward before you earned it. That's where most people lose. Not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack opportunity, but because they leak their power through noise. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." In today's world, that would sound like this. Stop announcing, start becoming. Look at your daily life. You argue in comment sections trying to prove you're right. You explain yourself to people who already decided not to understand you. You defend your choices to those who never built anything themselves. And while you're busy talking, someone else is studying, someone else is training, someone else is building quietly. They don't post the early mornings. They don't announce the setbacks. They don't explain their strategy. They just improve. And one day you look up and they're ahead. That's the power of silence. Silence is not weakness, it's stored energy. Deep thinking is not overthinking, it's sharpening the blade before the battle. Winning quietly is not hiding, it's refusing to give the world access to your preparation phase. The truth is simple. The loudest person in the room is usually the most insecure. The quietest person is usually observing. And the observer learns patterns. The observer sees mistakes. The observer strikes only when ready. History proves this. The strongest leaders weren't constantly speaking. They listened, reflected, calculated, then acted once, and it was enough. Right now, your biggest upgrade isn't more motivation, it's more restraint. Be silent, think deep, win quietly. The 8 Stoic principles you're about to learn will teach you how to control your tongue, discipline your thoughts, and build results without seeking validation. This isn't about being passive, it's about becoming precise. If you're ready to stop performing and start producing, hit that like button right now, subscribe to Stoic Mind, and comment, "I win quietly." Number 1, silence is not weakness, it's self-control. Most people think silence means you have nothing to say. They assume if you're quiet in a meeting, you're unsure. If you don't argue back, you've lost. If you don't defend yourself immediately, you must be guilty. That's how shallow the world has become. But Stoicism teaches something different. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Read that again. Not overpower them, not embarrass them, not destroy them. Simply refuse to become them. Let's bring this into real life. You're at work. A colleague subtly undermines you in front of others. You're in a family discussion. Someone throws a sarcastic comment at you. You're online. A stranger disrespects you in a comment section. Your chest tightens. Your heart rate rises. Your mind starts building the perfect comeback. You want to respond immediately because reacting feels powerful. But it's not. It's predictable, and predictable people are easy to control. Silence in that moment is not weakness. It's restraint under pressure. It's the ability to feel the emotion and not let it hijack your behavior. That is self-control. And self-control is the foundation of every other strength. If you can't control your tongue, you can't control your life. If you can't control your emotions, you can't control your decisions. If you react to every provocation, you're being LED, not leading. Here's what most people don't understand. When you stay silent during disrespect, you create psychological imbalance. The other person expects reaction. They're prepared for resistance. They're ready for escalation. But when you don't give it, they feel exposed. They talk more, they over-explain, they reveal insecurity. Meanwhile, you remain steady. Calm is intimidating because it shows you're not easily moved. But silence does not mean suppression. Stoicism is not emotional numbness, it's emotional processing. You feel the anger, you acknowledge the sting. You observe the impulse to strike back, and then you choose not to. That pause, that space between stimulus and response, is where power lives. In today's world, this is rare. Everyone is conditioned for instant reaction, instant replies, instant opinions, instant outrage. But the one who pauses, thinks, calculates, wins. Silence also protects your future. How many friendships ended because of one sentence spoken in anger? How many careers were damaged because of one emotional reaction? How many reputations were destroyed by one uncontrolled moment? Words are permanent. Once released, they can never be recalled. The Stoics understood this deeply. Speech was to be measured, deliberate, necessary. So when someone tries to bait you, pause. When someone doubts you, observe. When someone celebrates your failure, remember it quietly. Let your improvement be your response. Let your discipline be your reply. Let your results be the only argument you make. People might call you distant. They might call you cold. They might assume you're weak because you don't react. Let them. Because while they are reacting emotionally, you are building strategically. And when the moment comes when your growth is undeniable, when your progress speaks louder than any defense ever could, they'll finally understand your silence was never submission, it was preparation. If this hit you, type in the comments, "My silence is my power," and subscribe to Psycho-Stoa Mind. Number 2, silence before strategy. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they move too fast. They see opportunity, they jump. They face criticism, they react. They feel pressure, they decide. And later they regret. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Power over your mind means power over impulse, and impulse is expensive. Think about your own life. How many times have you said yes to, quickly only to realize later you walked into a trap? A great business offer that drained your time. A relationship that felt exciting but ignored red flags. A heated argument where you said one sentence you wish you could erase. All of it happened because you acted before you thought. Silence creates space and space creates strategy. When you go silent, you're not being passive. You're collecting data. You're watching body language. You're listening to tone. You're noticing inconsistencies. While others rush to speak, you're mapping the terrain. Think about a chess master. Before every move, silence, not confusion, calculation. They're not just asking, what should I do next? They're asking, if I move here, what will they do? And after that, and after that. 3 moves ahead, 5 moves ahead, 10 moves ahead. That silence is what separates amateurs from masters. Now apply that to your world. Someone criticizes you publicly. Your instinct screams, defend yourself. But strategic silence asks, is this worth my energy? Are they seeking truth or attention? If I stay calm, will they expose themselves? Often when you don't respond, emotionally the other person collapses under their own aggression. Silence forces people to reveal more than they plan to. And information is power. The emperor ruled during war, betrayal, and political chaos. Every decision affected thousands. He could not afford emotional reactions. One impulsive move could mean death. So he reflected, he wrote, he paused. His silence wasn't hesitation, it was preparation. But today silence feels uncomfortable. You're trained to respond instantly. Instant replies, instant opinions, instant outrage. But mastery rewards patience. When you talk too much, you leak strategy. You expose your fears. You show your emotional triggers. But when you're silent, you become unreadable, unpredictable, dangerous. Here's something practical. Before any major decision, give it 24 hours. No announcement, no validation seeking, no emotional discussion. Just think, write it down. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, long-term consequences. You'll be shocked how many urgent opportunities dissolve under quiet reflection. Strategic silence also means knowing when not to engage. Not every debate deserves you. Not every insult requires defense. Not every invitation deserves acceptance. Sometimes the strongest move is no move at all. Number 3, deep thinking means questioning yourself first. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't avoid failure. They avoid mirrors. It's easier to blame your boss, easier to blame your partner, easier to blame your childhood, easier to blame the system. Anything but asking, what if it's me? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous and surly. But I have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own." That last line is powerful. A nature related to my own. And the person who questions themselves first becomes unstoppable. He's saying the flaws you see in others exist in you too. That's deep thinking, not analyzing the world, analyzing yourself within it. Think about the last conflict you had, an argument, a misunderstanding, a falling out. You probably replayed what they said, what they did wrong, how they disrespected you. But did you ask, did I escalate this? Did my ego need to win? Did I listen or just wait to respond? Was I seeking truth or validation? Those questions hurt. That's why most people never ask them. The Stoics practiced nightly self-examination, not motivational journaling, brutal reflection. Where did I lose control today? When did emotion override reason? Where did pride cost me growth? This wasn't self-hate, it was self-mastery. Because if you can't examine yourself honestly, you can't improve deliberately. Most people do the opposite. They justify, they rationalize, they twist the story so they're always the victim. And in protecting their ego, they sabotage their evolution. Because here's the reality. If the same problems keep following you into different jobs, different friendships, different relationships, at some point you have to ask, am I the common denominator? Deep thinking means confronting your blind spots. We all have filters. Past pain, past rejection, past insecurity. Those filters distort how we interpret situations. Maybe your boss wasn't disrespecting you. Maybe you're hypersensitive to authority because of past experiences. Maybe your partner wasn't attacking you. Maybe your pride can't handle feedback. Deep thinking asks, am I seeing reality clearly or through the lens of my wounded ego? This level of honesty is rare because it strips excuses. And excuses are comfortable. But here's the shift. When you blame the world, you stay powerless. When you question yourself, you reclaim control. Because you can't control other people, but you can control your habits, your reactions, your standards, your effort. Even emperors questioned themselves. They didn't assume power made them correct. They knew ego is the enemy of wisdom. And the antidote to ego, relentless self-examination. Deep thinking also means questioning your motives. Why do I want this goal? Is it aligned with my values or am I chasing applause? Am I staying in this situation because it's right or because I'm afraid to change? Sometimes when you dig deep enough, you realize you're living according to someone else's expectations. That realization can feel destabilizing, but it's freeing. So here's something practical. Every night ask yourself 3 questions. Where did I act from strength today? Where did I act from ego? What will I improve tomorrow? Write it down. No judgment, just awareness. Over time, patterns will reveal themselves. The same triggers, the same reactions, the same weaknesses. And once you see them clearly, you can dismantle them. Most people live on autopilot. Deep thinkers live intentionally. Number 4, think beyond the moment. Most people live trapped inside the next 5 minutes. They eat what feels good now. They say what feels powerful now. They quit what feels hard now. And then they wonder why their life feels weak later. They don't lack intelligence, they lack perspective. Marcus Aurelius said, confine yourself to the present. At first, that sounds like the opposite of long-term thinking. But here's what he meant. Don't be anxious about what you can't control. Don't be haunted by what already happened, but absolutely control the decision you're making right now, because that decision shapes the future. The present moment is the only place where the future is built. Most people only see the first ripple of their choices. They eat junk food, it tastes good. They skip the workout, they feel relieved. They fire back during an argument, they feel dominant. Immediate reward. But they don't see the second ripple or the third. That junk food becomes a habit. That skipped workout becomes a lifestyle. That emotional reaction becomes a reputation. Deep thinkers don't just ask, how does this feel right now? They ask, where does this lead? That question changes everything. Imagine your life 1 year from now. If you keep making the same decisions you're making today, are you stronger, calmer, more disciplined, or just more comfortable? Thinking beyond the moment means stepping outside yourself. It means observing your life like it's a strategy game. You are both the player and the strategist. You ask, if I tolerate this behavior now, what pattern am I creating? If I choose comfort today, what version of myself am I reinforcing? If I react emotionally here, what identity am I building? Because identity is not formed in dramatic moments. It's formed in repeated small choices. One cigarette doesn't destroy your health, but repeated indulgence does. One angry outburst doesn't ruin your reputation, but repeated emotional instability does. One lie doesn't collapse trust, but patterns of dishonesty do. Everything compounds. The Stoics understood compounding deeply. Small daily discipline builds unshakable character. Small daily weakness builds silent regret. Let's make this real. Someone disrespects you publicly. Your ego wants revenge. You want to win the moment. But think beyond it. If you react emotionally, you look reactive. You validate their insult. You create unnecessary enemies. But if you remain calm, you build a reputation. And reputation compounds faster than emotion fades. Or maybe you're choosing between comfort and growth. A job that pays more now but teaches nothing. A path that's harder now but builds skill. Most people choose the immediate reward. But 5 years later, the comfortable path feels like a cage. Thinking beyond the moment protects you from manipulation too. Manipulators work in the present tense. They trigger your anger, they bait your pride, they rush your decisions. Because urgency kills clarity. But when you pause and ask what happens after this, you break the spell. You see who benefits from your reaction, and suddenly you're no longer controllable. The final truth is this: thinking beyond the moment creates patience. Every decision is either a deposit or a withdrawal from your future. There is no neutral. If you're understanding this shift, comment, I think beyond the moment. Number 5, quiet wins last longer. Everybody loves the spotlight, the championship photo, the viral announcement, the public applause. But here's what most people don't realize. The louder the victory, the heavier the target. Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." Beginning to live doesn't mean performing your success. It means building something real, even if no one claps. Most people don't actually want success. They want the appearance of success. They want to be seen winning. But loud victories come with invisible costs. Think about lottery winners. They celebrate loudly, they upgrade visibly, they announce it proudly. And suddenly old friends reappear, new opportunities appear. Jealousy appears, expectations multiply, pressure multiplies. And within years, many of them collapse financially because noise attracts predators. Now compare that to someone who quietly builds wealth over decades. No flashy posts, no dramatic celebrations, no need for validation. Just systems, discipline, compounding effort. Nobody watches them rise, but nobody can take them down either. Quiet wins last longer because they're rooted in substance, not spectacle. When you win loudly, you create pressure. Pressure to repeat it, pressure to maintain it, pressure to outperform your own highlight. You become a prisoner of your peak moment. But when you win quietly, you stay free. Free to evolve, free to fail privately, free to improve without public judgment. There's also a psychological truth here. When you announce your success too early, Your brain rewards you too early. You get dopamine from the applause, from the likes, from the praise, and your hunger weakens. That's why people who constantly talk about their goals often don't reach them. The announcement feels like achievement, but it isn't. Quiet builders don't steal their own momentum with premature celebration. They secure the foundation first. Let's make this practical. You land a major client. Your first instinct, post it. But now your competitors are watching. Your audience expects more. Your reputation is tied to one outcome. And if that deal collapses, it collapses publicly. But if you win quietly, you protect your leverage. You protect your flexibility. You protect your peace. Quiet wins also compound faster, because while loud winners are celebrating step 1, you're already building step 3. There's no performance, no distraction, just momentum. And momentum is power. Quiet success also preserves your relationships. Loud success can create distance. People project onto you. They feel inferior. They become transactional. But quiet growth keeps you grounded. And here's something most people overlook. Quiet wins age better. Loud victories are tied to moments. Moments fade, trends shift, applause dies. But quiet wins are tied to systems, character, discipline, integrity. Those deepen over time. A trophy gathers dust. Character gathers respect. So win quietly, build silently, improve without announcement. Let your progress be discovered, not declared. Number 6, don't announce the work. The moment you announce what you're building, you lose leverage. You invite opinions, you invite doubt, you invite distraction, and most of it comes disguised as support. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Notice the instruction. He didn't say talk about it. He didn't say announce it. He said be it. The work is the statement. Everything else is noise. Here's what really happens when you announce the work before it's done. First, you invite projection. People will tell you it's risky. They'll say be realistic. They'll disguise fear as advice. And even if you don't care, their words stay in your mind during struggle. Second, you create false accountability. You start making decisions to look consistent instead of being effective. Third, your brain rewards you too early. The announcement becomes the achievement and hunger dies. Real builders understand this. They don't talk about the gym, they train. They don't talk about writing a book, they write. They don't call themselves entrepreneurs. They build systems that generate results. Titles are cheap, execution is rare. When you announce too early, you attract parasites, critics, and pressure. But when you move quietly, you're unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. When nobody knows what you're building, you are forced to love the work itself. And if you can't stay committed without applause, it was never a real goal. Silence filters ego. It forces humility. It forces focus. It forces discipline. There's also power in surprise. When you announce, people expect. When you deliver without warning, people respect. So stop explaining, stop broadcasting, stop defending the vision. Build quietly, relentlessly, and let results speak. Number 7, let people underestimate you. Most people are terrified of being underestimated. They need everyone to know how capable they are. But being underestimated is one of the greatest strategic advantages you can have. Marcus Aurelius said, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." When people underestimate you, they lower their guard. They don't prepare for you. They don't study you. They don't take you seriously. And that's exactly when you strike. Think about every major upset in sports, business, or life. It happens because someone was underestimated. But most people ruin this advantage by trying to prove themselves constantly. They over-explain, they name drop, they seek validation. and in doing so, they reveal their hand. When you let people underestimate you, you're playing a different game. You're observing while they're dismissing you. You're learning while they're assuming. You're preparing while they're relaxed. Throughout history, leaders often appeared quiet or unimpressive to outsiders. But that appearance was strategy. It allowed them to see people clearly. Because when people think you're not a threat, they reveal everything. And that information becomes power. Being underestimated also removes pressure. You're free to fail privately, learn privately, grow privately. No audience means no expectations, and no expectations means faster growth. So let them underestimate you. Don't correct them. Don't explain yourself. Don't prove anything. Just keep building. If you're embracing this mindset, comment, "They underestimate me." Number 8. Win without needing applause. The ultimate test of character is simple. Can you win when nobody's watching? Can you do the right thing when there's no credit? Can you build something meaningful when there's no audience? Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Most people are addicted to applause. They need recognition to continue. But if you need applause to keep going, you're not driven by purpose. You're driven by ego. And ego collapses when applause stops. Winning without needing applause means your internal standards are higher than external validation. You're not trying to impress people. You're trying to become someone you respect. When you need applause, you become predictable. You start choosing visibility over value. But when you don't need it, you're free. Free to take hard paths. Free to be consistent in private. Free to build without permission. True discipline is what you do when nobody is watching. Anyone can perform in public, but real character is built in private silence. Here's the truth. The most meaningful wins are the ones nobody sees. The battle you fight with yourself every morning. The temptation you resist when no one would know. The standard you maintain when lowering it would go unnoticed. These are the wins that actually build you. Not applause, not recognition, not validation. So stop chasing applause. Chase excellence. Let results speak. Silence is not emptiness. Deep thinking is not inaction. Quiet winning is not hiding. These are the tools of the powerful, the strategies of the wise, the habits of people who build things that last. Real strength doesn't announce itself. Real wisdom doesn't need validation. Real victory doesn't require witnesses. In a world that rewards noise, the most powerful thing you can do is master silence. In a culture that celebrates performance, the most radical act is building substance. So be silent, think deeply, win quietly. Let others chase applause while you chase excellence. Let them perform while you build. Let them talk while you execute. Because in the end, results don't need explanation. Quality doesn't need defense. Character doesn't need promotion. Now hit that like button, subscribe to Stoic Mind, and share this with someone who needs discipline. And finally, comment this: "I am the quiet storm.